Hi, I'm back again with another how-to tutorial. This time I will be showing you how to use the PCSX2 program to emulate PlayStation 2 games on your PC. To get started, you need to go to the PCSX2 emulator website and download the latest installer. Version 121 is the newest one. In previous builds, there was two different versions. There was one that was pretty much a portable version. You ran it straight from the executable, no installation was required. And then there was the installation version, which I personally think works a little bit better. I have not seen a portable version on this. The only thing that they seem to have now is a web installer, which I don't know what the point is of that. I guess it's saves space, but I mean, come on people, it's 10 megabytes. That isn't that big. But anyways, once you get that done and install it, you got to go to the configuration of it. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up because I already have it. Load it, and you go to the configuration file, and when you go into your emulator settings, you got all kinds of selections here, and the majority of these things you do not have to mess with. If you feel like fooling around with it, by all means do so, but I haven't really noticed any major changes when messing around with this stuff. You can set your aspect ratios right here, and then set a custom window size. It never seems to go full monitor window size for some reason. On a 1080p monitor, it seems to like that for some particular reason. If you decide to change all these, which speeds the game up a little bit, and you don't like it, click on the restore defaults. And with the game fixes, well, it doesn't recommend it, but on Final Fantasy videos, or on specifically for 10, I would make sure that you do this, because whenever I was playing 10, it was having issues playing back the videos. Okay, let's go on to the next step. Let's see, the memory cards are built in, as you can see. There is a program that allows you to manage the memory card saves, and that program, let's see here. That program is called, get into here. Let's see here. That's the program for the saves. It's MyMC or MYMC, whichever way you want to say it. It works pretty good. Let's see here. Whenever you go to configure the video, you go into plugin settings, and you can set the different plugins for the hardware that you wish to use. DirectX 9 is recommended, and if you are using Windows Vista 7, 8, 8.1, or 10, DirectX 9 is not included with that, so you will have to go and download that separately and install it. You can run on DirectX 11, and it should work fine. I haven't really noticed any major problems with it, except for it will run slower than DirectX 9. OpenGL, I cannot get it to work. I guess I have to have something configured properly. Not really sure. Let's see here. You can also click this box for native PS2 resolution, and if you don't understand what that is, it will basically knock the resolution down to 800 by 600. You pretty much be playing the game on at default PS2 resolution, You can also custom scale or use the built-in ones. This goes up really high and it seems to slow the game down considerably, so I just use select custom and I enter in my monitor's default resolution and it runs just fine. But you can increase the resolution to say 2K or 4K, and you will notice a difference, but because the games don't support high resolution textures, pretty much all you're going to be doing is just a stretch. But you will be able to see a difference. Not too much, but just a little bit. Again, if you have a nice graphics card, you'll want to enable all this stuff. The shader boost, all it is just saturation, brightness, and contrast. You don't need to. I honestly have not seen any major benefit to that. Of course, this emulator supports anti-aliasing and it has an FX shader, which does seem to improve the picture. And if you have a higher end graphics card, of course, you'll be able to do all this stuff and the anisotropic filtering at the maximum setting. With software mode settings, I don't know if this applies to hardware or not. It seems like it does help it a little bit, but not 100%, because I can still see aliasing on the edges whenever I'm running a game. So I'm assuming that this is specifically when you're using software mode for like testing purposes, because software mode runs pretty slow and it doesn't look as good. Let's see here. The minimum GPU requirements for this for GeForce users is a GeForce 6 series card. I do not know about ATI because I don't mess with ATI anymore. When it comes to audio, this is the recommended settings right here. It can be slow at times, but with how do you put this? A decent PC shouldn't have too much trouble. I'm using a Core i7. I think it's first or second gen, and it seems to be pretty good. Except for on some games it is a little slow, but this is definitely the settings that you should use for the best possible audio. Of course, if you want to use surround sound, it's simulated. Yeah, it does not support DTS audio like the PlayStation 2 does. That's the only con I don't like about this plugin. Let's see here. What else should I cover here? On the controllers, pretty much any control pad is usable on this. Let's see here. These settings are the recommended. Even though I don't have an Xbox controller, in order to, it seems like with any PC controller and the PS2, or not the PS2, but the PS3 controller that I showed you how to use it on the PC in that one video, it works great on this emulator. I mean, it works perfect. That driver is specifically written to be used on this emulator. Let's see here. I don't even worry about any of that stuff, but you can mess with that if you want. Of course, like what when I mentioned that you can't use Bluetooth, multiple Bluetooth dongles on your PC when using a PlayStation 3 or 4 controller. I don't know if they've found a way around that yet or not, to where you can use multiples for multiple controllers, but I highly doubt it. Best thing would probably be to use a PC controller, standard PC USB controller, Let me think here. There are adapters to allow you to use PS2 controllers on the PC, and you'd probably be able to use a PS2 multi-tap on that. Let's see here, what else do I need to mention? Of course, you can do ISOs, or you can do that. Do the discs. You can do cheats. There is a problem with one of them, and I think it was this one. It has a tendency to delete game saves, so be wary of that. It happened to me on Final Fantasy X. I was doing really well. I got all the way to the end of the game. I decided to go ahead and cheat because I was getting pissed off with the side quest to get the additional stuff. And well, when I went ahead and loaded the emulator, I hit a setting and it deleted my save because it overwritten the memory card, the virtual memory card on the emulator, and I was pretty pissed off about that. But these seem to work okay. I do have problems getting, I think, this to load. I might have to do another video on that later on because I am running out of space here. Let's see, what else can I show you? When it comes to loading external filters like you can with the PlayStation emulator, all you have to do, it's a little different this time, but it's pretty straightforward. Once you figure it out, you put those into here in the main installation directory, and then you'll want to, let's see here, is that, no, that's not it, there we go. You want to, let's see, where did I put them at? I just threw them in here. No, where the heck did I put them? I know I threw them in here. I hate that. Well, what in the world here? Oh, there they are. Helps if I read a little bit. Okay, with most of these, they're automatic, but on some of these, let's see here. Yeah, on some of these, it will only work on the DirectX 11 plugin, and in order to use them, to turn them on and off, you have to hit the home key. So basically all you would do is click on that, and you would want to, let's see here, you'd want to put this into the installation directory, and this gives you the instructions on what to turn on and off. As you can see, it says right here, 1 equals on, 0 equals off. And by default, some of them are already turned on, and others are turned off. So you can change this, and I'm pretty sure that these settings have to be in the directory as well. And you just play around to see what different ones will make the game look a little bit more enjoyable for you. As you can already see, it's quite a bit different from the other emulator. Let's see here, what else can I show you? I guess I could go ahead and load a game. Let me make sure that I've got it on that. Show you a little bit of Final Fantasy here. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me over the game. Well, you gotta load or what? There it goes. Yeah, it might seem a little bit slow because I'm running Fraps and I'm also running another program to record the audio so you can hear me better. Hit X, load the game. I don't even remember where I left off. Yeah, it's running pretty slow. But here, let me show you. Yeah, you can on the crystal there, you can ever so slightly see some jaggies. It's not really that bad. Let's see here. Show you a battle real quick and call it quits if I can get to it. Yeah, I must have been doing something because I don't remember what gambits I got set. Pretty much there you got it. You can play this game in higher resolutions. Here, let me show you real quick what happens when you do that. You go to plugin settings and click on the native. Looks just like PlayStation 2 graphics. Let's go and up it to 2K. I can't remember what 2K is. Shoot, hang on. Let me go up to 4K. It'll probably run pretty slow, but there's what 4K looks like, and if you noticed, it looks considerably better, but it really slows the game down, especially when I'm recording in Fraps. But since I can't remember the 2K stuff, what I'm going to do is I am going to set it to custom, and I believe that would be 2K. Yeah, maybe. As you can see, it's running just a little bit faster, so that's basically pretty much what 2K is. Another thing that I wanted to point out is that this is the screen that will show you where things will fail or work. If a plugin don't work, it'll show you in here. If an external shader doesn't work, it will air out and show you in here as well. Let's see here. I think that's pretty much about all that I can really show you. Whoops. Okay, well, if you don't like this video, thumbs it down. If you like it, thumbs up. Comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.